For those of us who are about to rock, we give thanks. The darkness are with us. Hello, chaps.
Hi, Dermot. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm really well. It's lovely to have you here.
And it's really nice to be here. Thanks for inviting us.
Hi, Dan. Hello, Frankie. Hello, Roo at the back as well.
Hello.
Nice to see you, Roo. Roo's brand new, isn't he?
He's brand new Roo, yeah.
He's still got the wrapping on.
So you just got off tour from? Were you touring in Ireland?
We toured in Ireland and we made a video. What else did we do? And then we stopped doing stuff. Had a lineup change and then...
Started promoting this new album.
Oh, the new album.
And here it is. How we?
Brilliant work, then.
Yeah. So how we fit? I tell you, I listened to it yesterday. It's brilliant, and it's very. It's quite Game of Thrones here. I think you guys wouldn't be out of place at all. I don't know if are you aware of Game of Thrones? Do you watch Game of Thrones? Just
I've seen all of it, yeah, but only recently.
I could easily see
I did
you guys
binge,
in it.
actually. I did all 4 seasons that were available.
Yeah.
In one massive go.
And what did you like? What's your longest stint? Did you do like?
Well, I can do about every waking hour.
Could you?
Yeah, I can do it in a weekend probably.
Because I'm a bit more.
It's as a vegan and a man in recovery, it's one of the few pleasures that I allow myself.
Ah, interesting.
Just staring at a television set.
Yeah.
It's mesmerising for me.
So I always feel I can get probably 3 hours on the go, like 3 episodes back to back, and then I feel like I've only got 7 left of that series, and I feel that.
I think it's a bit like a book that you don't understand everything in because you keep having to go back to the beginning of what would be a paragraph if it were a book.
Yeah.
You know, like particularly when somebody's eyes have just been gouged out and you can't actually believe that that's happened. Yeah, you keep rewinding it to see it again and again, don't you? I mean, it's morbid, so you have to.
But I could see you guys. I could easily see you guys getting a good. I see you getting a good couple of good parts in Game of Thrones.
Do you think that we would have to wear loincloths, or do you think they'd have us fully clothed, or would it be furs?
I could see. I'd certainly think you're.
As a vegan man, I wouldn't do fur.
I certainly think you'd be north of the wall.
Oh yes, well it is cold up there,
Yeah.
isn't it? Perhaps a puffer jacket.
Puffing jacket.
Yeah. So you recorded a new album in Ireland with Wise Tim,
Wise Tim,
Frankie's brother. Mm-hmm. So tell us the story about that. Tell us you.
Frankie, you tell it.
Yeah, Frankie.
It's a place called Valentia Island, spelled with a T. And my brother has a cable cottage there. Valentia Island is where the first transatlantic cable was laid from Europe to New York along the ocean bed, right across the width of the Atlantic.
When did that happen?
That happened
Was it?
1860 maybe or
Wow,
something like
how
that. And it's
crazy,
how
yeah.
telegrams were sent.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
No, I didn't.
Probably because it's rather dull.
No, I don't think it is rather dull, Frankie. Don't talk your anecdotes down.
Thanks anyway.
No worries. And tell us a little bit about Wise Tim. Where did Wise Tim appear from? Obviously, he's your brother, but
Tim is my older brother. He was a musician before I was. He was a jazz wunderkind, as they say in Germany. He was into jazz, very sophisticated at the age of 17, 18. Then he gave it all up to work in the city.
Yeah.
And he made money in the city. In fact, he worked at Enron. But we've given him a chance of redemption. And he's now played trumpet on one of our songs. It's a bonus track that's going to be on the album later in the year, in September.
He's the Darkness chief food nutritionalist as well, isn't he?
Food Solutions.
yeah. Did he? But Dan, you produced the album, right?
I did, yes.
So was Wise Tim just there as part of the? Was he more of the aura of
He just made loads of beans every day, and that was enough, really.
is this the first album you've produced for the band?
I've produced a few before. It's the first one I've engineered, produced, and mixed.
Yeah.
it was
Played
the
guitar on.
It was the mix that was the new thing. Really.
What's the hardest bit to do?
Spending enough time on my own guitar parts.
Really?
Yeah, because you sort of
Sort
detach.
of play a manager role, sort of thing.
Yeah, you just detach yourself from the band to be able to look from the outside, and then suddenly you've got to play guitar, and it's like, oh god.
And oh God, that's the other thing I've always loved doing since I was like, oh yeah.
exactly.
Well, listen, let's have a track. What are you going to do for us first?
We're going to do a song called Barbarian.
Yeah, you going to do? Does it have all the guys talking at the start?
No, but I can simulate it if you'd like.
Oh, well, if you can.
That was my gardener, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Somebody has to do the wind noise.
So
One by one the kingdoms fall. They looked upon this isle and took it all. Harbingers of pain. Edmund the Martyr cut down by a day. On the orders of survival of a boneless barbarian.
come on! Wake up, you... Oh, that was, Boys, that was something else.
It's exciting, wasn't
That
it?
was, yeah, what,
I
that's
was quite nervous, actually. I got more nervous as the song went on.
That's unusual, isn't it?
I was thinking, this is all going to fall apart.
Come
Dermot's
on,
going to tell us
Britain.
off. But no, I was
No,
excited.
you are not going to get told off for that. From the album Last of Our Camp, which is out on June the 1st, that's Barbarian, which, and I quote, features not one but two dramatic monologues. Correct. A guitar solo that's been declared irresponsible. Who declared that irresponsible?
It was declared by a specialist,
Was
actually.
it? There's some
Independent
other stuff I
adjudicator.
can't say. But the lyrics describe the Viking invasion of East Anglia, which culminates in the decapitation of Edmund the Martyr.
Yeah, that's why Bury St Edmunds is there, because I
Yeah.
think that's where the last of his bones or bits of skin, whatever was left, really.
So where did the you guys brought up in Lowestoft?
Yeah. Well, Toft itself is a Viking word for settlement.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of Viking influence in East Anglia,
Especially the East Coast, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then again, they went everywhere, didn't they? My
Well,
wife's
they did
Norwegian.
eventually, but it's
and-
quite fun because the first thing they did was come over, and then King Edmund said, "Listen, boys, I know you're quite up for all this pillaging and so on. So have a bit of land. Here's some horses. Just chill, okay? Let's stop with the violence." And it became a diplomatic exercise that completely fell apart, you know.
Yeah.
And after about, I don't know how long it was. I think it was supposed to be about a year or something. They then decided to just take the horses, kill everyone, and
Let's go back to the old
move
ways.
on to the next one. you
Well,
know.
is that
but
because
they
of-
actually chopped his head off and then unceremoniously booted it into a forest. And that's how
Crazy
they dispatched
Danes.
him.
Just kicked it into a ditch.
It's brilliant.
Did you get into that because of where you're from originally? Is that the...
Yeah, I
The
think
history of the area,
It is
or-
really interesting for us because we live, we grew up there, and it's just it's more brutal than fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I mean, some more awful things happen in Game of Thrones as we've touched on, but real life can be just as bad. really,
Absolutely,
can't
yeah. It's brilliant.
it? Yeah, real life's brilliant.
Yeah, we go through a few of the tracks because I love the blurbs. Brilliant.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
right? Open Fire sounds like The Darkness. If The Darkness were offered £1 million to come up with the best song ever in 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes later The Darkness all just drove around in Ferraris. Love that.
Yeah, yeah. This was a completely impartial biog, of course. It was written for us by me, and and it's just got facts in it.
I like Roaring Water. Once again, describes the sack of Baltimore, Moorish invasion of Western Ireland.
Yeah. Well, we were inspired to do that because of that place in Valentia Island where
Yeah.
we were working, and it's another one of those sort of nautical invasions that. But it was quite interesting because it was Moorish people instead of Vikings.
Yeah.
But it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
But in a way, it was very, very early sort of medieval sex trafficking because they took something like 130 people, mostly women, to go and work in the harems back home.
Have you always been interested in history, or when you sat down to write this?
It was my favourite subject at school, definitely. But I was quite interested in things like the history of medicine, bloodletting and leeching,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Because I suppose because it's brutal, I'm basically an adolescent teenager that likes blood and stuff.
Dan, sorry, what are you going to say?
I was going to say that's why I ended up in the music industry.
And can you explain the Darkness Army Choir? Because we've had quite a lot of feedback from the Darkness Army Choir today. They like your Military Wives Choir.
Well, we had a thing where we got the fans to sing on the record.
Yeah.
Before the record was out, we put out the chorus of the song "Last of Our Kind" and said, just freeform, do what you want. And
So you didn't give them a melody or anything? They just could
no,
come
we
up with
gave
how
them.
they...
Yeah, we gave them the backing track just of the chorus,
Yeah.
and then just said
Express yourself.
express yourself, which was possibly the wrong thing to have done. in certain-
Did you hear them all?
no way. No, I'm not putting myself through that. No, we chose about 200 in the end. There were 200. Yeah, there were 200 from usable ones from 400. And the good thing is they sent video clips back with them. A lot of them. It was quite cool going through it, sort of seeing people beaming into their bedrooms and things, because a lot of it was done on their webcam. So
Ma-
A lot of ideas for interior design.
sometimes they left them on by accident.
okay.
Hours of fun.
Male or female, both? Like 50-50?
Both, yeah.
Hard to tell sometimes.
49, two fell down the cracks, I suppose.
Yeah. Now listen, I was when I heard you were coming on, I was very excited and thought, I'll get him to do Love Is Only a Feeling, which is my favourite Darkness song. And I love the Christmas one as well, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. We always play that around Christmas time. And once in the summer. And but then you are going to do, Get Your Hands Off My Woman, Melon Farmer.
Melon Farmer, Muddy Funster, perhaps?
Morgan Freeman.
Why
And
not?
then I know you've included... I hope you don't mind. I don't want to give the game away, but you've included some great names in there as well. There's a lot.
names,
There's a lot of
big
people
guns.
that work here that should be getting their hands off your woman.
Yeah, because ultimately she's mine.
Yeah, I'm quite right too. All right, boys, let's hear it. Over to you.
No showbiz endings.
Oh, because Dan was kind of like...
We can do one if you want.
Yeah, please.
Showbiz ending.
Oh, effortless. Dan, because Dan was kind of crouched down. Dan was like in classic, about to do showbiz ending pose.
Force of habit, isn't it? Muscle memory.
So I
think.
just thought, I'm not going to fade the mic up yet because I was going to showbiz ending, and then it
Damn,
wasn't.
should
And I
have
thought,
ended it.
oh.
Oh.
Oh, guys, that was ace. Thanks a million.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having
It's
us.
been great having you. Just a couple of things before you go. Lady Gaga, how was that tour? Was that fun?
Brilliant. We went to South Americas and had a lot of time on the beach because there was lots of days off in between the shows. She was very kind to us.
Do you know her? How did that come about?
I think she just, I don't know, I think she wanted the least appropriate band for her. And she typed she typed least appropriate band into a computer search and it came up Darkness.
And how were her fans? Were they good?
At first, some of them were a little bit raising one of their digits in our direction, stony-facedly. But
Well, they only
for
went
example,
to two, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Stade de France was a real triumph. It felt like we were playing to 80,000 people who loved the darkness.
Yeah, great.
All of South America was really great, and there was lots of brilliant moments. So yeah, overall, I think they were really, really good to us.
And lastly, we had we were talking about this with Brian Ferry when he came in a couple of months ago. He was on a plane struck by lightning, and you guys were struck by lightning as well, weren't you? Was that ages ago?
Yeah. If you're in a plane that much, I think you're much more likely to be struck by lightning.
Was that ages ago? Or did that happen?
That was on the Lady Gaga thing. He was coming back from Asunción in Paraguay. Is that Paraguay? Yeah. On the way to South Africa.
Uh-huh.
And it was terrifying for the others. I was cool with it.
I heard Frankie started out pretty well.
Huh?
I heard that Frankie started out pretty well.
Oh yeah, he was utterly cool.
Yeah, we were just wrong to make the assumption that the plane was going to be safe.
Thanks,
I
Frankie.
think he was just winging it.
And what does the rest of the year hold now, chaps? Are you touring
I think
over
it's
here?
festivals.
You
Festivals.
New single, Open Fire.
Oh yeah, new single. Oh, crikey, thanks.
Don't worry, I was going to cover
There's
that.
a new
Frankie.
single.
On June the 1st, which is also when the album's out, Last of Our Kind.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're making a documentary with a brilliant lensman called Simon Emmett, who made a documentary about Barnet Football Club recently, about the end of the Underhill era for Barnet, and he made a video actually,
Yeah.
and he's basically following us around and filming us being silly.
Thanks. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us, boys. Thank you. It's been brilliant.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Dermot.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.